Hello everyone, I am Vivek. I am here to give a seminar on the topic reflection of light. I am thankful to my teachers, my batchmates, and also my colleagues and all for supporting me. And so we can start the seminar. First of all, by reading the name reflection of light, we can get to know by name light. What is light? Light is a form of energy which allows us to see the objects. Objects like I am visible to you and the blackboard is visible to us. Also, reflection. Reflection. What's reflection? Reflection, the incident lights which fall on the blackboard are reflected by it in all various directions because of the irregular reflection. It is also known as diffuse reflection. There are two types of reflections, and they are first is regular reflection. They are emitted by highly polished surfaces like steel objects and also new glass objects. And this blackboard is offering irregular reflection. There are some laws of reflection we have come across in various small classes. Laws of reflection. First law of reflection. The angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence, the angle of the incident ray makes the angle with the normal. Normal is an imaginary line. It is perpendicular to the reflecting surface. This is normal. This is an incontinuous ray because it is an imaginary. This is the incident ray and this is angle of incidence. And this goes reflected ray and this is angle of reflection, this is angle of incidence. There are two types of objects. First is luminous objects, which they emit their own light. For example, sun. Sun emits its own light in every direction. And non-luminous objects like humans, they don't emit their own light. There are many types of mirrors, especially two spherical mirror and first is plane mirror. We'll cover first plane mirror. The plane mirror it has plane reflecting surface and it produces a virtual image. How? Here there is object. These are the rays. It is reflected back in the same angle of incidence. It follows the angle of incidence and the laws of reflection. I will just make it non-continuous ray. This here is an image form. Properties of plane mirror's image. First, it forms the image of the same size, same size as the object. It is from the same distance from the mirror, like the distance from the mirror of the object is 5 cm, then it will be of 5 cm there only. Theory of light. Especially there are two types of theory of light. First is wave theory. Wave theory can explain, polarization, interference, and differentiation. And also particle theory. It defines reflection and refraction. It is combined and commonly said as quantum theory of light. We can give an example that can define both. Here it is a partition and a rod is pierced. If we continuously hit it, the photons from it move everywhere and the temperature increases. And also by continuous heating, this part of the rod becomes red and emits light. So this reflection and refraction and both theory are explained very well, and it is known as quantum theory, and also quantum physics it is named spherical mirrors. There are two types of spherical mirrors. First is concave mirror and convex mirror. Concave mirror and second convex mirror. We can take example of spoon. It has both concave and convex. When we are taking the front part of the spoon, it is concave because the reflecting part of it is bulged in, and the convex it's bulged out. Concave is somewhat like this. Reflect. This is concave and this is convex. I would now introduce a new topic, that's the parts of mirrors. It's new for us, and the center of curvature. The center of curvature is this. The center of the mirror center of the hollow sphere, which a convex or a concave mirror is a part. Radius of curvature, and this is the pole, the center of the spherical mirror. And the distance between the center of curvature and the pole is known as the radius of curvature. And the line passing through the center of curvature and the pole is known as principal axis. It is imaginary, and we can't say that this is the main convex mirror and it's imaginary. The principal axis, the aperture. The diameter of the reflecting surface is known as the aperture. Focus. What's the focus? It's the point. It's the point where the image formed. I can give an example. The focus of the antenna dish. It converges all the electrical signals on a one point. That's the dish. And the rays which are reflected back from a spherical mirror are converged at a point known as focus. The focal length. The distance between the focus and the pole, it is known as the focal length. Phase of formation of image. We know that after reflecting the light rays, we get the image. But we know where actually the image we get. There are some rules to get a particular type of image. This is the principal axis. We got to know about the principal axis, and we'll first refer to the concave mirror. This is the center of curvature. This is pole, and this is focus. Focal length is half to the radius of curvature. This formula is derived through various calculations of when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it passes through, after reflection, it passes through the focus. There are infinity rays which strike on the mirror, but we'll take a particular one ray so that it is conveyable to us to get the images. This is the first law. The second law. This is pole, center of curvature and focus. When the light ray incident is passing through the focus, the reflected ray is parallel to the principal axis. This is second law. The third law. When light ray passes through the center of curvature, it retraces the path. It doesn't occurs any diffraction in its path. And the last law, fourth. When incident ray strikes the pole, it deflects with the same angle, making with the principal axis. It does obey the first law of reflection, that is, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. These are the four particular laws, and we follow this to get the images placing at various places. The first law, I'll recall it again. The first law, when it passes, when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it passes to the focus. And second law, when the incident light is passing to the focus, it reflects back, being parallel with the principal axis. The third law, when the incident ray is passing to the center of curvature, it retraces the same path, it doesn't go any diffraction. The fourth law, it's quite confusing. The incident light, it strikes the pole and it deflects with the same angle of incidence, making with the principal axis. It too follows the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, which is the first law of reflection. So here, by concluding my seminar, I would like to thank my batchmates, my teachers, and all my colleagues to listening me patiently. And I would also recommend the other students who are aspiring to crack the JEE and NEET in first attempt to join these classes, as the name itself shows unique foundation. It prepares the foundation for the students from 5th to 10th class. It clears this institution and these teachers are very helpful for clearing their concept and making their foundation very strong. So I would thank everyone.